3, 2, and
Why Meet the Others podcast? What's this about?
why are we doing this thing?
Why are we doing this dang thing?
Who the F?
Do we even know what we're doing?
Certainly not.
Oh,
We
no.
just hooked this thing up tonight. We figured out how to use the mics, and now we're recording 10 seconds afterwards. Gives me comfort. So
I hear you.
yeah. So anyways, Meet the Others. That's us.
Still waiting on this car to come and take me home. Things feel a little different now that we grown. Till I turn the ass, so they put my name in stone. Live how I wanna live, cause we die alone.
Hey,
Yo!
what up, everybody?
Welcome.
Welcome to the podcast.
What's going on?
Meet the Others.
Meet the Others.
Here we is.
Here we are. What's up, guys? This is Meet the Others podcast. If you guys don't follow us, we're just a couple of entrepreneurs.
Crazy kooky guys.
Business crazy parents, lovers, gym rats, musicians. All right, calm down.
I mean, you're the one that said it.
Podcasters, obviously. We just be doing it all, trying to make the world a better place.
For you and me.
And if I haven't introduced myself, I am Anissa B.
And I am choir boy to the dank.
Yes. So follow us, guys. Follow. I don't know why I needed to do that, but I just felt like I needed to.
Well, you did it.
Well, I did, didn't I?
I'm going to do the ASMR.
That is not how you do it.
Yeah, I don't have any nail. I usually do the... You really can't hear that.
It's like the... That's the one that always gets me is like that jelly when they put the jelly on and they're like... Or when the girls...
Put the jelly on the
like,
microphone?
Yeah, like a goo, like a slime. Or when the girls show like lick a lollipop and I'm like, bro, what did I just walk into? Because she's like...
Yo, it's crazy that that's like such a thing.
Bro, did I tell you the first time I ever encountered that shit? It was late at night, bro. I was like scrolling through TikTok. Hopefully TikTok doesn't get banned.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Possibly.
R.I.P.
You better get your shit together, TikTokies. Yeah, I like stumbled across it and it was like some chick and she was like, hey guys, I'm gonna go on my next platform. And I'm like, is she whispering at me? Because it was live. So I'm like,
does she know I'm here?
does she know? Hi, it's me. It's me, Anissa B. Hey. And you were like laying down and I'm like, this is about to get real naughty. It's dark. Why is it so dark? And I was like, well, guess I'm gonna keep watching it.
I feel like you thought it was like...
I thought it was very sexual.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
Like the whole thing.
I got real stimulated. I was like,
whoa.
hey.
It's just me and you here.
I was like, just us two? Yeah, I like it. So, damn it. That's horrible that I just admitted that my mind sometimes wander.
Oh, she's getting uncomfortable.
Oh my God. Okay. Whew.
Get yourself together.
It's my turn. Tag, I'm it. What's going on, guys? Today I kind of wanted to have a little segment on why women should lift.
Lift what?
Lift weights.
Oh.
Because today, I'm feeling a little spicy, Today was a leg day. And when it's a leg day, I get real like pumped up. I be like thinking my peach is like really juicy. And I've been on my whole like journey of lifting at the moment. And I honestly felt like it was time for me to share my perspective on some of my ideas that what I've been seeing as a personal trainer and also just training myself regularly every single day, the benefits of training and lifting instead of just like doing like cardio and thinking that's all you need in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
So women
Women
lifting weights.
lifting weights, anyone who's like an older, especially older women and like heavy set humans in general, like we always kind of shy away from lifting weights. Like just speaking from my own experiences,
Right.
being overweight, and I always thought that cardio will help me lose weight. That was like kind of like the misconception that cardio is going to help me. That's how I'm going to shed all my pounds. That's how I'm going to start looking like slim and everything. And what I'm realizing is that lifting is actually a lot more of a tool to use when trying to actually lose weight. So I came up with some stuff.
You got a little note situation.
Got a little note taking.
Some pen and pad.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I have a pen. I don't know. I'm gonna start going through my stuff. But yeah, basically I wanted to come on and kind of say that lifting will actually help you lose weight. Even though it might seem like in the beginning stages that you're not losing weight, right? Because muscle weighs more than fat.
Right.
But you're actually when you're lifting, you're toning your body, you're toning your entire muscles, you're allowing yourself your movements and all that stuff. So yeah, anyways, I just wanted to kind of just real quickly come on.
Oh, so you got pages of this stuff.
Yeah, guys. It was one of those days. But so the first thing that I wanted to say was that strength training and lifting, it will maintain your muscle mass.
Yeah, which is I think a sleeper, which is like I think sometimes people just think I don't want to be a bodybuilder, but whenever you go into any sort of like stage where you're sick or you get into a accident or anything like that, that's really your kind of like shield to keep you going, is that muscle. And it also protects your bones, it protects your internal organs. So yeah, I think muscle is something that is a sleeper sometimes.
Yeah, and I have wrote down that while cardio is excellent for the heart health, right, it's more of like a cardiovascular that's what normally when you're doing
cardio,
like treadmill, running, all that stuff, that's more for your heart health.
That's the muscle you're working.
That's the muscle you're working, but you really can't like gain strength with your muscles by doing just cardio. So you need to actually, in order for you to build muscle, you have to and also do like resistance and like things like that, training, like even just using your own body weight in the beginning is still
calisthenics.
Yep, I can never say that word, so that's why I'm not going to.
I'm glad I dropped that in there.
Yeah, calisthenics. Is that right?
There's an N in there. Calisthenics.
Calisthenics.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I just say doing,
calisthenics.
But yeah, and so then on that note, you could say that word for me every now and then whenever I want you to. And then the second thing that I said, that it also helps to strengthen when you lift, it helps strengthen your joints. It'll help your joints become stronger. And the way that works, like I was like looking up some like ideas and stuff, and like when you're doing squats and lunges and it helps straighten all your joints, and it also mimics and all your functional movements while you're also like as you lift, you're like going down, squatting, using those movements like regular day, like picking up stuff off the ground, like bending over, like using your wrists, using your arms, using your elbows. All those things are kind of part of helping your joints stay healthier and stronger when you lift.
That's important.
That is important. That is very important. And the other thing is I also put down like strength training is one of the best forms of low impact cardio exercises, because when you are doing a lot of strength training and lifting weights, a lot of times, you're trying to learn form, right? You're trying to focus on form. And when you're focusing on form, you're doing movements, right? You're like moving up and down. That's like the only one I'm doing today. Oh, sorry. That's
Movements.
my legs hurt. I still feel like I'm in the process of,
Getting your form together.
Yeah.
Getting the joints lubricated.
Yeah. So it's like a low pack cardio movement, because instead of like running on a treadmill, like hard, like boom, boom, boom on your knees, it's more of just movement, slow movement, but still movement. You know what I mean? Especially depending on how many sets, how many reps you decide to do when you're going through your physical and like weight loss journey and exercise journey, period. You have any questions?
I think that makes sense so far to me.
Oh, okay. And I also put the strength training supports weight loss and weight management.
And how is that?
So when you're building muscle with strength training, what happens is that helps you burn calories and it stores energy. And it's like one of those things where the more that you build, like you lift, the leaner your muscles will become. A lot heavier the weights, your muscles will become heavier. And like I said before, you may step on the scale and at first be like, oh my God, seems like I gained like 5 pounds, but it's actual muscle that you put on. Once you start putting on your clothes, you'll start recognizing like, dang.
Well, and the nice thing about that is when you actually build muscle, that muscle will then just having more muscle on your body, your resting calorie burning will be higher. So if you have more muscle on your body will naturally get skinnier by just moving around with the more muscle mass you have, right?
Right. And it also, because it will help your body burn off more of the fuel you consume from food every day rather than store it as excess energy in the form of fat cells.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's that part. And the other thing I put, that it also improves your cardiovascular health as well, just as cardio does, by just the movement. Once again, it's like movement, constant movement. The more comfortable you feel with weights, the more you'll move, the more like, it's like, just like I said, it's like a low pack cardio. And then I also said, let's see what else. Strength training protects bone health. And that's very important for us women because our bones start to deteriorate I feel like once we start hitting like menopause, like our bones, you wouldn't know anything about this, but like it's very important,
right,
that we constantly take our calcium and stuff like that, because if we don't, our bones start to get brittle as women. I think it's also the nutrients that we lack after birth, after pregnancy and stuff like that. We tend to lose a lot more of that. Like our bones they're just not the same. It's unfair. You guys don't get to bleed. You guys don't get to do none of it. It's not fair.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I think women are blessed with a little bit more emotional strength. So that's good. It's good that you guys have to deal with that.
Yeah, and it will help when you start lifting. It helps with that. I'm gonna say it wrong. Osteoporosis. I can never say these big words. Like, I'm terrible at them, but I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it'll, when you are lifting, it helps slow down that process, because if you don't constantly move your body and lift, allow your body to kind of go through these motions, that could cause you to have like weakened bones and stuff like that. So that's how
that maintains that.
Yeah, it will maintain it. And if not, you'll be a lot more times, like women will be prone to having like breaking of their like bones,
right?
Like I said,
diseases like osteoporosis and different things like that.
For sure.
It's just about keeping that strong, right?
Yeah, you just gotta be a strong one. Yeah.
I think that one thing that I think that a lot of women kind of get worried about is they're going to do these lifts and these strength workouts, and they're all of a sudden going to come out looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, for sure. That's definitely like a
concern. But I think that that's so you gotta think that that's a little unwarranted, because like
Right.
people like that have done many, many, many things to get to that space.
Right.
And I feel like once you feel like you're getting a little bulky, dial it back a bit, or go with a little bit lighter weights and more reps. But I think that that's something that is made up in the mind to some degree.
Yeah, because I definitely was one of those when I did go to the gym, because at first I was a gym, like I was like a light gym rat when I was heavy, right?
Like a gym mouse.
I was like a gym mouse that would kind of like crawl in and be like, I don't know, maybe. And then I would never come back for like, weeks, months, years. Because I didn't know what I was doing, number one. And number two, like I stayed away from the weights. Like cardio was my thing. Like treadmill, give me the elliptical. Like I'm not trying to bulk up.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my, go-to. But it is important to realize that actually you won't bulk up like a man.
It'll take a
long time, like a long time before you start looking manly. And honestly, sometimes that comes with extra, supplements involved to make that even happen.
You think that those women that you see that are bodybuilders are just doing like heavy lifts or whatever. They're doing probably a lot more than you would even know.
Right.
And I think that it's also the type of lifts that you would want to do. I think that women traditionally, if they're doing like more lower body leg workouts, they'll bulk up kind of their base, which will look very aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
You don't want to go so hard on the biceps and shoulders and things like that. And I think that if you, and I'm saying that thinking that you're going to be benching 300 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, I think that as a woman doing these type of weight workouts, you'll tone up your body and see what's happening in the mirror before you ever get to a point where you're like, oh my God, I look like a wrestler.
Right.
I don't think that that's something, I think it's something that we kind of use to hold ourselves back, honestly.
It's a misconception, especially for women and older women. It's more of something like you see the guys, and when you go to the gym, you see the guys and they're always by the weights and they're never by the treadmill. There's like one or two guys that is by the treadmill, or by anything that's like cardio related, but they're normally like at the weights, and you're like, I don't want to be like these guys because they're over here like meatheads. You know what I mean? Like,
meanwhile, those meatheads have been in there for the last 5 years doing that.
Exactly. And some of them are taking supplements to get there. Because let's like face it. You know what I mean? Like, what is, earned is earned, and some people need or want enhanced drugs to help create that image that they want, not judging, just saying,
and it's easy to go to a gym where people like that frequent, and go, oh well, I'm gonna turn into that.
Exactly.
Which you're not.
There's definitely no way.
There's like steroids, there's even like many other different types of supplements that get those guys to that point, and obviously hard training and things that you probably shouldn't even have to worry about.
Yeah, even with supplements, when men or women are taking supplements, they're still training pretty freaking hard. It's not like they're taking this supplement and all of a sudden they're like, like fucking like Popeye over
like
here.
Mario.
Well, Popeye, he eats a can of spinach, and all of a sudden he's like,
no, and Popeye doesn't even really got the buys like that. Really,
he really doesn't.
He just gets a little.
And do you see his legs? They're like tiny. You don't have no cake.
I don't know what kind of supplements Popeye was on that spinach. Brutus.
He was a big guy.
He was just naturally.
And he was always going after, what was her name? Olive.
olive oil, I thought.
Olive oil.
Right.
Yes. He was always like, "This is my girl." And he's like, "No, you don't." Okay, I'm sorry. Oh.
Okay, so
Um,
anything else you got
Yeah,
over
so
here?
lifting will also help you guys with your like mood and just like your anxiety and your mental health. A lot of times that when I am faced with lifting heavy weights, I find myself, I will literally cry, like, because it's not like it hurts. It just feels really good to be able to challenge myself, to go higher in weights, to go, a lot more reps, to go do more sets. Like I've found myself to be in a better mood. Like I'm more playful when, even though I'm like walking out of there, like I got like today, I was telling you, I walked out of there like if I had a diaper on, bro. Like I was like, damn, my legs today, I beat them up.
Right.
I really like got into it. Like, and I did altogether, I did my barbell squat was only 85, and my goal is to get to 25 plates each side. So today was a 20 plate each side because my legs felt stiff, and I'm constantly thinking about my body as well when I'm doing these things.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I was gonna ask is, do you have any sort of like advice or any like thing that you would say, watch out for this, or any type of thing to make sure that people that will take your advice and say, I am going to start lifting heavy and I'm going to do some more weightlifting stuff. What's your what's your guidelines or any sort of advice to make sure that when you're going in there, you want these kind of advantages? What do you got to tell them about that?
Okay, so in my journey, starting out and also now, entering this personal training,
Space or whatever.
space.
Yeah.
My first thing is do not ego lift. Do not ego lift. And when you start lifting, honestly, start with the bar. Don't put plates on it. Don't worry about what no one's thinking about how weak you are. If someone, comes in and says like, oh, oh, that's all you got, like go in there with the mindset that you need to think about what's going to be right for you.
Right.
You can't, like you said, we can't just start lifting 400 pounds off our backs. We can't start lifting 400 pounds, like doing like shoulder press.
Because
Like,
you're going to hurt yourself.
You will hurt yourself and you will take yourself out of the game.
Yeah,
and we're not
won't.
Trying to be out of the game. We're trying to keep going in this journey. We're trying to see how far we will push ourselves without hurting ourselves. And little by little, the steps that you take, the more you build muscle, the more you lift, the more that the movement that you do, you will start to actually realize like how strong you are. Because it like really will, it'll like kind of, this confirmation, like, oh shit,
Right.
that's something I say in my head every now and then when I'm lifting. So
So hopefully you guys get to there with the
hello there, strong one.
Get Gollum. Once you get Gollum going on in your brain,
precious. That's how I be feeling with the
you're
machines.
going to the next level.
I be like, I run in there and I grab I got my book bag. I put that shit down first. And I'm like, I guess we sharing the mirror over here, guy. I'm about to do some squats. I'm so sorry for you. I need this mirror. You know how crazy I am. You know,
I do.
Assign spots, assign seats, assign machines, Last but not least, I wanted to also say that like when you're lifting, it'll gain confidence. It'll also it's also really good for when it's like for bedtime. I feel like I sleep a lot better whenever I lift. I feel like that day I'm like done. Like my body is like, it's time for bed. And I sleep. My sleep is a lot better. In fact, sometimes the night before I know I'm going to lift hard and heavy, I can't sleep until I go lift hard and heavy. And then I'm like, I'm tired. It's time. And it's not a tired, like, I cannot do anything for the rest of the day. It's like, damn, girl, I done put myself through a lot right now. And I feel like Wonder Woman. I be feeling like Wonder Woman a little bit.
You know, Wonder Woman needs a rest too.
She does, but not right now. Move out my way. Get out. So yeah, guys, I wanted to just like come on here, convince all my ladies, even my older women on here who are afraid to lift. Start lifting. Start the journey of lifting. I promise you, there has been such a difference in my body since I started lifting. I started back in May. And ever since I started lifting, and I of course, here and there, I'll do some cardio because I still like love to train myself so I can have like, like be able to run and not just be like bulky. I want to also be able to run in my heart, definitely work out my heart. But lifting has definitely shaped my body into what I feel like is starting to like kind of like, I'm like, oh, shoot. I had love handles in May. Not today. So lift, ladies. Don't be afraid to lift. Women, start lifting. Moms, start lifting. Older women, my ladies, my wise ones, start lifting. Shoot. I'm out of here. Now, so yeah, do you have any questions for me?
I think that's it. I think I got them all.
Did you?
Yep.
Do you lift?
Yep.
How do you feel after you lift?
I feel like a boss.
You do, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like sometimes you find yourself like walking like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Sometimes.
The other day I thought that he was in my house. I like came downstairs. I was like, oh, shoot.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
No, it helps. It helps in many ways, honestly. Yes. So it's one of those things that you just gotta work.
Yep. Just like anything else.
You gotta put the reps in, baby.
Gotta put the reps in. Shoot. Well, thank you guys for listening. I hope that this helped some of my female listeners, watchers who are afraid to lift and feel like they don't know where to fit in. I hope that you actually pick up those dumbbells. I hope that you pick up the barbell. I hope that you actually challenge yourself, make yourself a little uncomfortable, and start that process, because I promise you will see results and you will also feel a lot stronger. So anyways, guys, thank you for listening.
Until next time.
Follow us on IG, YouTube, Facebook, anywhere you see these faces. It's us, Meet the Others Podcast.
Peace.
Why Meet the Others Podcast? What's this about?
Why are we doing this thing?
Why are we doing this dang thing?
Who the F?
Do we even know what we're doing?
Certainly not.
Oh,
we
no.
just hooked this thing up tonight. We figured out how to use the mics, and now we're recording 10 seconds afterwards. Gives me comfort. So
I hear you.
Yeah. So anyways, Meet the Others. That's us.
Still waiting on this car to come and take me home. Things feel a little different now that we grown. Till I turn the ass, so they put my name in stone. Live how I wanna live, 'cause we die alone.